I will reiterate it once again for you. Just be cautious. Hello there, wig friends. Welcome back to my channel. I am Nikki, and guess what I have for you guys today? You pretty much guessed. I have another wig review. That's what I bring you most of the time here on my channel. Don't worry though, I have some other content that I am working on, but I just love wigs so much and reviewing them that I dedicate my channel to them. So, anywho, if this is your first time here and you are loving wigs, then this is the place you need to be. And that's why you need to join the party, as I say, and subscribe. Click the button, click the bell, and then all will be well. I'm in a rhyming mood today, what can I say? But if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. I greatly do appreciate it. So this wig that I have for you today, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to really get into it. So I will be telling you everything that you need to know. Make sure you watch all the way through so that way you don't miss any of the details I have to say. And because I tell you everything you need to know, please give me a thumbs up, like this video. Also, be sure to go down in the comments and let me know your respectful thoughts. Also, too, if there's a wig you'd like me to review, let me know. And don't forget, too, for those you may not know, I have a Poshmark closet where I sell a lot of the wigs that I've reviewed. You'll be able to find the link to my Poshmark closet in the description box. So let's do it. All right, starting off with my eyeshadow look. Today, I am wearing the Ice Cream Dream palette from Glamlight, which is this here. I think this is one everybody has. And then I'm also wearing the Super Shock Shadow from ColourPop, and it is the shade Fruit Punch. So that's the eyeshadow look. Now for the wig, I have Sensational today, and I have DASHLY Unit 25. So here's her stock card. She is a lace front, and I have her in the color T6/27613. They do give you these little stock cards with the DASHLY units that show all the different colors that are available. So that's one you can take into consideration. She is available in some balayage colors as well as chunky highlight ones. So really good color selection. These stock cards don't say too much. That's just the way the DASHLY units are. Just says she has a deep center part with baby hairs, and she's heat safe 350 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I picked her up from elevatestyles for $27.88. So that is one great thing too about the DASHLY units. They're on the more affordable end of the affordable wigs, so you can't go wrong with that. elevatestyles, though, like I said, is where I purchased her from, and I purchase a lot from them, like a lot from them, because they're like the first ones that bring the new drops out most of the time, but you do have to pay a little extra for shipping. So all in all, she was about 40 bucks, but you get a lot of hair for that. I mean, look at this. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. That is what she is. So let me stand up here and show you her length. Oh my gosh, she is, oh, to my hips. I want to say 34 inches, between 32 and 34. That is, of course, a guesstimate. Layers are done really nice. Of course, obviously the layers are a bit longer too. This is a unit I think would look really pretty even trimmed up at like this this length right here. But there's something about her being really long like this that is very intriguing as well. So I think I'm going to keep it like this. But the fact that the layers are like this, she doesn't have a whole lot of volume. She just drapes very nicely, just nice and flowy and extremely lightweight. So, you know, sometimes when you have a lot of hair like this, it can be very heavy and weighted down, but she is not. So, you know, I'm just going to kind of do the little bounce test here to show you what I mean. See, just really nice movement. So she has extremely soft waves, and you can see there. Some may think this is stringy, but I don't. I just think it's done nicely. I think it looks like you maybe put a small amount of product in your hair, but then scrunched it, and then this is what the end result ended up being. So it looks more natural, very easy to do type of style. So this is just pop on your head and go. So I do like that about her, but what I like most, I think, is the color I picked her up in, because first of all, I love blondes. I mean, obviously that's why I wear them a lot, because you can always want what you can't really have. And I can't have blonde hair naturally, so I just make up for it in blonde wigs. So that's the fun part about it. But point of the matter is, this blonde is really beautiful. I like the 27-613, but it's the roots. The fact that they did a 6 is awesome, because I think sometimes even a 4 can give you too harsh of a contrast if it's not done correctly. But this number 6 looks really nice with this. Oh, look at that. It's not very harsh. It trickles down really well, so it's blended professionally. So it doesn't look like you have a bunch of outgrowth. It looks more like this is what you meant to have done when you went to the salon. So I love that. And just look at that color. Ah, so super pretty. Of course, this color is very similar to like the golden honey blonde from Outre, so because it does have some golden tones to it. But I really like it because it does pop. It gives you a little bit more, you know, dimension with the color, so it's not just a washed out blonde. And she's got some beautiful luster too. You can see that just by doing that. So looks like healthy human hair. How she feels, this is always fun to have to try to describe how she feels, because it's, you know, you're on the other end and you can't really feel it yourself. But she is soft, very soft, and there's some coarseness in there and a little bit of silkiness too. So you do have a mixture, and they're balanced really nicely. So she feels amazing. Feels realistic too. I always point that out because you don't want it to look or feel like doll hair. And I do definitely think, in my opinion, she is multicultural and therefore will work out for everybody. Density, not bad either. Can't complain with this. So as I already mentioned, she just has that lightweight flowiness to her, and this density helps with that. So she just doesn't feel weighted down, as I was saying before. So density is really good, and it just pretty much looks like this is your natural hair, or you had extensions possibly, but it doesn't necessarily give away that it's a wig just because it's long. So I think, once again, with this specific style, it looks very natural, and you just like long hair. So there you go. But let's take a look at her from the side and the back. I love doing that. Whoosh. I'm always afraid though that the wig is just gonna come like flying into the backdrop there. But all right, so let's take a look at her. Here is from the side. I hope it's not too messy back there. I obviously do not have eyes in the back of my head. Yeah, she's like down to my butt. Long hair fantasies fulfilled. If that's what your thing is, then you will definitely like this one for sure. So she kind of reminds me a little bit of Valeria from Bobbi Boss, just with the length and with this little slight wave, but I think she might have had a bit more wave to her, and she was also thicker, but I do see some similarities. But I especially do like the ends with this cut. So of course, when you have a style like this, the biggest problem is tangles, which aren't really as bad as I thought that they were going to be. So I like it when I'm pleasantly surprised with things, and the tangling situation is one of those. So running my fingers through, you can use a brush with her, of course, if you want. I didn't think it was really necessary. So you're going to get some tangles down here on the ends. That's where it's going to be the most. So obviously be very careful there. So that's why I'm trying to very gently get that tangle out. So she does tangle more towards the ends, obviously, which is what you would expect. So this is one you would brush from the bottom up. That's highly recommended. But since I'm just using my fingers, I'm just being really careful with it. But once you get the tangles out, I think that it's pretty easy then to just kind of quick tidy here up like this. See, I'm just running my fingers through. It's not too bad. The tangles, like I said, aren't as bad as I thought that they were going to be, and they don't come out too difficult. So it's not one I'm going to complain about, but she definitely does tangle quite a bit down on the ends there. So I will reiterate it once again for you. Just be cautious because you definitely don't want this to get damaged. I mean, over time, if you wear her a lot, that will happen with any wig, more specifically with these longer ones. And then it's going to get all frizzy here and then look like you have a bunch of split ends and things like that. And then it just doesn't look as good. So that's why these types of styles are not meant for daily wear. This is one that I think is perfect for if you just have like a girls' night out or something. Maybe a bachelorette party is what I'm thinking for. Or, you know, if you're just like me and want to wear her for one day just because, then go for it, because she is, she does have some casualness about her, but don't wear her a lot is what I would say. So just again, be aware of the tangles and brush from the bottom down. But this is one of those styles that you don't have to do much with other than tangling maintenance, because the style just is so easygoing. There you have it. So another reason why you might want to trim her up if you don't want to deal with those tangles, or she is one that you do wear often and then you notice that it's getting frayed, you can trim her up then to have her look a little bit more fresh. Shedding though isn't really anything excessive. It's just more along the lines of it being a lot of hair being, or I should say let the hair being longer, so it looks like you have more hair and more shedding. But in reality, it's not so bad. Love the fact that she's a center part just with this style. I think that's perfect. I really like how it drapes this way. It's not going in my eye, but it is kind of giving me a little bit more of like a face framing in a way. In a way, I know what you might be thinking. It's like, it's not framing your face, girl. I'm saying more like this way, not that way. So I actually do like this. I think that for me, it's a little bit more slimming. So I'm liking that. But with the parting space, I think it's that it's 5 inches deep. So it's pretty deep there. Width isn't all too bad. I think it's still appropriate, but you might want to open it up a little bit. I don't think you really have to though. She is laying nice and flat. I applied just a little bit of heat to her like I typically do, but it didn't take me long to do that. And then the baby hairs, first of all, let me show you, I trimmed them. They were really long. You might have noticed that when I was showing you the cap construction. So I thought this was more to my liking. But even if you like to lay baby hairs down, I think those were pretty long. They would be going pretty far down. So you might want to trim them up. But of course, that's all just based on personal preference. But this, I think, looks more natural for me. based on how I would wear my hair. So I do like the fact that they gave you enough baby hair to do something with. So I'm not mad at the baby hairs. Edges here, oops, is that a little piece of lace? Okay, so the edges here, not pre-plucked, they're a bit thicker, but they look fine to me. Because I like how she's fitting here. And look at this, the lift up is so minimal. And then you have the shading of the lace here, so it just kind of blends in anyway. But this is good. I like this fit around here. It's a great shape. This side you have a little bit more lift up, but I have her blended in with some of my own edges, which of course is much darker than this number 6. So I do have to be careful with that. But it's not something that's standing out, so I'm not really worried about it. It's more along the lines of just kind of like a shadow effect. So again, I'm not upset. So I do like how these edges are fitting around my natural edges. She is above each ear. I forgot to check. Does she have ear tabs? No, she does not. But I can feel that cap right above each ear. So it's a great fit. She's super comfortable. I would say she's in between being larger head friendly. I know you're probably like, what the heck are you talking about, Nikki? Pretty much where she might be larger head friendly for some people, but obviously not for everybody. You know, that's kind of the case all the time, but more specifically with her. So she's kind of a little iffy, if you will. But I am really blown away by this wig. Sensational's DASHLY units are getting really, really good. They knocked it out of the park with her. Oh, I normally am afraid of super long wigs like this, but not her. I can definitely get some great uses out of her. And she's just so beautiful. And again, that price point, yeah. That is amazing. So I'm really excited to see what's next for the DASHLY line. If they keep up the quality like this, yeah, the possibilities are endless. So I'm very happy, very, very happy with her. So of course, I'm going to give her thumbs up and highly recommend her. So don't forget to tell me though what you think. I cannot wait to hear your comments, or I should say read your comments, and let me know if you already have her, and please also be sure to let me know if you decide to go pick her up after watching this review. That's it. That is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will catch you next time in my next video. So till then, bye-bye.